Hey guys, this is Deadly Scene and let's start this couch tutorial. This is not teaching you the right way to do it, I'm just showing you guys the way I do it. So I just did a plane now that I'm gonna use for my reference image to work with. I'm gonna be picking it from all the images I have around there. There we go. Now we just drag the material there. We press that thingy there so it can be visible in the viewport. There we go. We're gonna do something similar to this, using the idea of it, and we're gonna make a couch that looks almost like it. We're gonna make our own creativity on it. Okay, so I press Alt Q to isolate. So now I'm just looking how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna use chamfer box because it gives a more nice look to the couch. So I just go on my top viewport, create the chamfer box. By the way, I use Alt W to zoom on a viewport and back again. This is our first piece that we're going to start working with. Just shift and drag to copy. I'm not going to teach you guys how to use the tools. I made another video explaining a little bit about the tools that I use for the tutorials. This is just, fast without explaining, just showing the techniques that I show you on the other video that you can use to make your own furniture. It's like a simple way of doing it. You could just do this way anyway. It will look kind of not nice, but just tweaking and tweaking. Again, shift and drag, and there you go. I make another one. This is like a fast way of doing it. If you prefer this way, I'm just showing you. I think I show in this video a lot of ways of at least a few ways of doing that effect that you see on the couch over there, like the spaces in between. You could have made this way. It's a fast way to do it. Not the pretty way of doing it, but alright, I just press L there to put the viewport at the left. I like to work with top left and front viewport. Depend on, at least when I'm doing furniture, it helps a lot in knowing where the pieces are. Just me tweaking around, seeing how it looks. Now I'm gonna show you the. For me, it's rather the best way and gives a better look at it. Use the angle snap there. There you go, indeed, poly. There you go. I'm just letting those vertex, oh my god, those edges over there, and I'm just gonna connect them to have an extra edge there. I'm gonna just open it by using chamfer. There's a lot of ways of doing this. I'm just, showing you a way that I do it. But this is a start for people that don't, have basis on how to do it and how things work. This is one way you could do it. Just go there and set a little bit so it doesn't overlap the mesh. Well, not extrude. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna use, but bevel, it's way much better here because it gives like that effect when you play with the outline amount, and it's very awesome that the effect gives a more realist look to the couch. There you go. It's like if you only want the top with the effect. You can actually make this effect all around the couch. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna show on the video. This is just me chamfering more edges to make it look more round. You don't need to chamfer that much. I'm just doing it to show you guys. There you go. We have that kind of couch effect. But now with couch as F. In one single match, we're not, instead of using two matches, we're just doing one match. Now for this round part over here, that gives even a better look, we're just gonna take this edit poly out. There you go. We're gonna add edit poly again. And now by selecting all those edges, all those segments there, we can create. I could just make two segments there and just make it, but you know, I got used to working this way. Now we're gonna have the same effect that we had before on top, but now all over the couch, which makes a more realistic and better look to it. Basically, this is just telling you that by playing with the simple tools that I show you on the other video, you can make really amazing effects on the mesh, especially when you're working for furniture and working for EmView. That's something you have to keep in mind, that you're working for EmView. Now this is me just showing different options in when you're extruding something. My mouse here was freaking out a little bit. And there you go. After I managed to dominate my mouse, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be done. So I made the video first before doing the voice, because I plan to have more language talking about the tutorials. For now I'm going to start with English, of course. But there we go, we have our couch effect there. It's looking nice. Not perfect, but you can just tweak with it until you have the way you want it. This is just me showing. Its look gives more natural look than those two over there. Nothing wrong with working for EmView and making like those. There's a lot of couches that make that option the first option, but this option is more professional, we can say that. It's just me tweaking and lining in them each other. Remember that everything on 3D Max doesn't need to be perfect. Of course, depending on the type of work you're doing. But when you're working for EmView, things, they always have the natural human look on it, and that's very important. To not use snaps to fix everything. Just use your eye, and it gives like those small edges. Oh, this is a warning. Just put all the S on it. If you change something after you apply a modifier, it can destroy the mesh. So that's what the warning was for. But those kind of tweaks doesn't destroy, at least on just edit poly. You can always add more segments, like I showed in the beginning. I put some segments there and everything got messed up. So there you go. Everything in the beginning looks awful, just weird. Now two boxes gonna become a couch, but it's all about in the details that we're gonna do and add. It's just me tweaking and tweaking. Something you're gonna get used to it along time, tweaking everything until you look at it and you like it. So now there's like those back support, I think, like down support there that we're gonna do now. I'm gonna do like a box this time. Add some thickness to it. This is make it visible, so I know what I'm doing down there. It's Alt X to make that. You press Object and then you press Alt X, and makes everything invisible. Not invisible, but like transparent, and you can see the other objects behind it. So I'm just putting a segment there that we're gonna use to play with it in Edit Poly. Edit Poly basically a tool you're gonna use all the time, because this is where you create and you be free when you're making furniture in this case. So I'm just aligning there to the couch over there. Then I'm just grabbing the face over there. Then I'm just extruding it out. By aligning the vertex in the segments in the right places we want, and by playing with extrude or bevel, we can make the shapes we want, especially the simple shapes. Now we want this outline to be a little bit more, but we cannot just select the face like I'm doing here. This just breaks a little bit the edge over there. So what we do, we go on vertex mode and we just grab all of them and we drag them. You have to grab all of them, even top one. There you go. So it gives, so we don't mess with the segments there, and you get to clean work. Just putting the reference image on. Now that little bit out thing that you have there, that looks awesome. It's the same process. The difference is not gonna add segments there. We're gonna actually connect the edges there. Just tweaking. I was not happy with the size of the couch there. I wanted it to be a little bit more smaller. Just vertex again, and I put it the way I want it. And there we go. Just tweaking and tweaking. Gonna have a lot of tweaking along the video anyway, just the way it works. Just Alt X again, take the invisible away. A bit more tweaking. Okay, now it's when we're gonna make that shape there. That's gonna be putting like there's like that box on top of it with books. I think it's books. I can't see very well, but I think it's books. I'm pretty sure I didn't put books there, but we can make different things. We can put a table there, put drinks or a bottle, an ashtray. This is where the imagination comes from. You get the reference image and you just work with it. So I just pressed the two edges there, and I just did connect. Now I'm just sliding it until the way I want it. The shape that I wanted. There you go. Then again, on polygon faces, extrude it, put it the way we want. This is like you're gonna do this a million times. Connect edges, inset, extrude, bevel. Especially furniture is about that basically. Okay, the shape that's requires another different type of techniques, but basically you're gonna be working a lot with poly, and if you keep practicing those tools, you can make very good shapes along your journey of learning. This is where I do that little box over there. You don't actually have to have a work that is exactly the same as your reference image. You just need to be close enough to it, you know, or make your ideas. The reference image is just to give you a boost and how to start. Then I make the box. I did poly again, of course, and I just remove that way, so I get like an open chamfered box. I'm just selecting one by one. You could just select border and select the edge around there and press shift. Shift or control, I don't remember. I think it's control, and then the face, and we could have selected those faces way more fast. Just delete. Then you're gonna have a look to it, like a shell modifier. It gives like thickness to the mesh. Like I'm showing here, 0. It's like now thickness. It makes like it's a better look, and it's more nice to texture after. Just tweaking it until I'm happy with it. There you go. See, right here I'm using the different views to see if it's in the right place, because sometimes on perspective you can have the wrong place, even if it looks nice in perspective, but it's out of place on the different viewports. Need to be careful, always checking that. No, on this tutorial I didn't save that much, but I recommend saving your project every now and then, always saving. It's very important. If you crash or internet goes down, not internet in this case, but your computer or your electricity, something goes out, always safe to have your work done. Also, now I'm just open a little bit for the that couch piece over there. I don't often like those couch pieces, so probably on further on of this tutorial, probably will take that out and make a table, something. But for now, just doing it. Just tweaking, making the way so everything looks nice. There you go. Just close a little bit so it doesn't get too much out of the line. That gives a more natural look. Okay, so the couch is winning life now. So now we're gonna do the that back support there. I don't know how they did. I think they did on the image. It looks like it's like just the box chamfer, but you don't need to make exactly the same as the image. You can just make your own. So I just select those faces. I drag them. You don't need to extrude here. Now those edges, because we extruded and because of the different size, sometimes it glitches like it's happening here, and you don't have a correct edge. Sometimes this happens in the work, as you can see. When this happens, I'm going to show you a way that I normally do. We have different ways to do this, but the easy way that I like to use, it's you have on the poly, you have the cut. I'm going to show you guys. Here you go. You just press on the edge to edge, or vertex to vertex, and you get a cut on the mesh, the exact same place you want it to be. Now there we go, we have our edge, so we can extrude it out and... Oh. I was pressing shift there. There we go. Now, gonna be like, you can make it this way. There's different ways of you making this. I'm just gonna use bevel because I think it looks better. And there you go. Now the outline, the trick, makes everything looks better. We can adjust this later, so just make something now. Probably gonna show you that. I could just drag this all the way up and make shape, make it round, and make that type of back support of the couch. But I decided to make a different type of look. So I'm gonna show. I decided to make like those huge pillows behind it. So that's why I'm doing this. Just basically the same techniques we'll be using. Just grab faces, drag, move, extrude, bevel. Always the same thing over and over again. Okay. So we keep playing with it. Oh, now we're gonna make the pillows for it. I'm gonna show you an easy and fast way to make the EmView pillow. I like to call things EmView that because it's totally different when you're working different type of projects. Because for EmView everything looks easy as hell. There we go. We just applied relax there. Oh, it's looking nice. We can actually apply. There you go. This is the FFD modifier. FFD modifier. It's pretty awesome for making different kind of shapes, especially in a pillow. It's very useful. You can make the pillow have that looks very realistic, like someone is on top of it or it's mashed inside of something. You know. Those cool effects that I'm actually gonna show some of them right there. Just be selecting those control points, and I'm just using the move tool. There you go. I'm just giving those like the fluffy effect on it. There you go. Now it just gives that natural pillow look that we like to see on the meshes. Yeah, so basically just keep tweaking and tweaking until I have what I want in the mesh. So now I'm just showing different effects you can do with FFD. FFD is a great help for a lot of situations that you're in trouble with your mesh. It's not in the right position or doesn't have the right natural look you're looking for. FFD can be a lifesaver. In this case, we're just using to give different shape to the pillow. Well, I didn't give that much because I'm going to work it on the place. So now just putting them in position basically. And I'm going to be tweaking them all over the place. Just did a copy so we can have that reference in case we destroy this one or we gonna do different shape on this one. So we keep the original shape we create, so we are always safe with our work. Now the mesh is getting ugly because there's not that much segments on it. Because we're stretching and we're gonna tweak it a lot, we need to add more segments in it. There we go. Now I'm gonna add some few segments there, make everything look better. You don't need actually when you're working for him. Remember that you're working without textures, right? So sometimes it can look bad, a little bit bad, but when you add the textures, it actually look pretty perfect and even better than what you're expecting for. So you have to keep that in mind that you don't have textures here when you're creating, at least for now. This is again the FFD doing the magic of making different type of. It's still too big. Look at the size of that pillow. I'm just using angle snaps so things get in order. If you like that design, you could go with that design. Just one big pillow, and you can add some effects on the pillow after, some extrudes or some insets there, and you could actually get a nice looking just one big pillow there. I'm using pillows for the back of the couch. You don't have to make pillows. You can just use the back couch and make it larger, you know, make different kind of shapes you want. I'm just choose the pillow because, I don't know, I like it, the way it looks when put the pillows in the back. So basically this is just tweaking and tweaking all over again. Probably I'm going to be a few seconds just tweaking, show you guys how I work. The left view again. There you go. Okay. So now I just shift drag there to make another copy of it, and I just keep tweaking everything, putting everything in the right place that I think it's fit for now. I'm gonna be tweaking for a while, so not much to say around here, just to watch. Okay. Now I just make another copy there. I'm gonna make a more smaller pillow for that area. Yeah, with one pillow we just we can make everything by changing and changing, and we get a lot of pillows. And the good thing about this is when you want another pillow, you're just gonna come here and you're gonna grab one of those pillows as a reference image, which is nice because it's gonna save you a lot of work. And after you make a lot of furniture, you're gonna have basically all the tools you need in all the workspaces before. Only if you want to make something new, of course, you have to create them. But oh, here I just select the back faces there. I'm gonna make like a little bit the pillow support there, give him a nice look there. You can make this in different ways. You can make round shapes. You could have make this round. I'm gonna show after. There you go. I'm misletting the lines. Oh, this is all the tools I show you in the basic videos, basically. The only difference now is that now you're actually applying those tools we learned. Now I just connect the edges there. Then I chamfer just to make more. I could just connect and make more, but oh well. To start to give like this round effect, you have to put like a lot of them, a little bit more, not a lot of them, just a little bit more. But I'm happy with the result I got here. Doesn't need to be perfect anyway. There you go. Now the couch is really starting to get some life now. I don't like this particularly part over here, but we will change that in the future. Make like a table probably, or some effects on it. This is just for now, so we have a reference of the couch there in the back, in the image. I decided to tweak a little bit more the couch there. Me playing with the pillows again. Now we're gonna use the FFD to give like natural looks to the pillow. This is a fun part because it's gonna really give you that more realistic look you're looking for. And since we're gonna put a pose here of someone sleeping on it, or you know, laying their head on the pillow, just gonna put it like a little bit like it's someone there. And all of this just by playing with FFD, which is pretty cool modifier for you to remember. Really helps you a lot. give you that cool effect on the pillow right there. Tutorial is great for you to see that with the tools, with just a few tools, you can make a lot of complex things. Well, in this case, it's a couch. It's not very complex, but as long as you watching the tutorials and as long as we go up in levels, let's say levels in different type of works, it will get way much clearer the way you see the tools working, especially FFD. FFD, it's great. As you can see, the pillows now have a really better look now after we apply the FFD. A few more tweaking there. Now the size here, because we pull, it's kind of broken now. So the way to fix this, like, we have to make it like more centered. There you go. So now it doesn't look like, yeah, there's like a cut on it. That was a little. Now it's all round. Now we're gonna do the same on the other side as well. There you go. Make it more straight there. Just loop there, tweaking a little bit. I could have made this more round, but I was happy with the shape there, so. There you go. We have our reference image there. The pillow. Now we're gonna use it. Putting some more segments to get more pretty. Now here comes the tricky part again, making it, tweaking again, putting the pillow into place. It's the same process over and over again. Edit isolation mode there. We're not gonna hide this, so we can just hide those things. Well, if you did the other tutorial, the MV reference, you just need to select the guy and the thingies that we put on the other side. And just hide it. We just need the couch there, because we're gonna use him as a reference image. To see the distance between the ground and our couch. Now I select everything, I deselect the mesh. And there you go, I align it so I know where the normal seat will stand. It's around there, so I know when I put the default seat, I know that it's not going to be glitching. And this way we have we can put normal seat stands with no worries. And I'm just gonna play with pillows now, putting them all over the couch, give them a better look. Now this is what I told you on the MView, on 3D Max. Sorry. Basic tutorial is play with your views, to fix everything. As you can see, I didn't even notice, but I was not playing with the left or front view. I had user because I was messing with them. So here I'm working with perspective, but you have to use all your views to fix this kind of situation. This is a good train, let's say that, to actually see that and do that. As you can see, if you look in the front now, in the it looks like it's right. It looks like it's good, but it's not that good. So I just made another copy, shift drag. As you can see on the other views, looks like the pillow is out of place, and actually it is out of place. That's why I was here standing a little bit tweaking with them, just so you guys see. That's why it's very important to play with your four views, so you know exactly where the things are fixed and where the things are going to be placed at. Then I put left view again. In the beginning, just try to do like I'm doing here. Just put it like in the right place, and then try to, with the tools, try to make it look good. Because we have a very straight back of the pillow, we could actually use FFD and make like, you know, a more realistic pillow, but I want it to be straight, you know. MView looks better this way, and it's more easy to texture after. So you just tweak a little bit around here. I'm just using perspective, moving around, but it's like playing with Lego, or what, or whatever you guys say in English, like those small miniature thingies. We have to put everything in place. I'm trying not to make this very boring when I'm talking, but it's impossible not to be a little bit boring because, you know, I'm just teaching. 3D Max is basically boring process. Only if you enjoy it, you're gonna, of course, if you like it, you're gonna enjoy watching. Oh, and here I finally decide to use FFD modifier to give another look to the pillow that I was talking about. By playing with FFD on the pillows, you can put them in places like they're more real, which is kind of awesome. And people like to see that on the work. Everything in place, looking pretty, nice designs. Making a little bit less fat. A few more tweaking, and I'm sure it's gonna be done soon. It's already starting to look very nice, the pillow, just by playing with FFD. Remember, don't do things too much perfect, even because nothing in real life is perfect, right? So one of the main codes is try not to make everything too perfect, so you have like natural human look on it, human touch, I mean. But again, it depends on the type of work you're doing. If you want to make a perfect kind of shapes, of course, why not? But since this is pillows, we wouldn't like to have that natural look. So when people look at them, it feels tempted to buy it. Let's say like that. I'm just putting some pillows. You can put more pillows anyway. I'm just doing this way, but you don't need to do everything like I'm doing. You can, you know, see the way I'm using the tools, and you can do your stuff. There you go. Yeah, this part I will definitely change this part after. For now it's gonna stay like that. Now we're gonna do the back here, because as you can see we need to give like a base for it, because now it's like it's in the air. So the sticky way I did is I just make like a simple inset over here, and I'm gonna give this modern design look to it, and I just simple add a bevel after. And by doing that, and by aligning by the share arms, I think it's called arms in we can get there you go, a pretty awesome base for the couch, just with simple tools. Now you're gonna get rid of this couch over here, and our couch is getting prettier and pretty. Oh god, this word, and pretty. Shift drag another pillow. Oops, this is a mistake when you're trying to do things in perspective view. That's why you have to come on top and on different views so you can work with them. I'm just gonna put like a pillow there. Play a little bit more with FFD. Basically using the FFD in every pillow basically makes it like a very unique pillow. But you know, even if you don't need to do that all the time. You know, for example, this pillow, I'm pretty sure I didn't use FFD on it. Just drag and make another one. Yeah, you could make this smaller because I think it's too big for now. But I'm gonna leave it like that for now. And then after we finish all the design, we're gonna give the final details to it, and probably I'm gonna fix that as well. So now we're gonna make like contents for inside of that thing. I think they have clothes in that one. But we're gonna make like some magazines. Let's say two simple magazines, just two simple planes. You don't need to do that much, because just make the texture of the magazine on top of it. So just can make it easy. Make two planes. Make it like rectangle shape, of course. I shift drag there, make a copy, and now I'm just gonna give a few angles. So I make like an overlapped magazine on one on top of each other. Just a few tweaking so they are not overlapping, not touching each other. Just playing around, see the best design for it, the way it looks better. Now put them inside. You have to play with all the views. You can press F3 there on the front size to actually see the inside of it, but it's kind of easy to guess. Just a look thingy. There you go. Two simple magazines there. Then with a few more details, it's gonna look nice. You can add the smoke tray or anything in there. That's part of the creativity after. There you go. Okay, now we're gonna make like a martini glass to put in there, so it gives it that nice design. So to make this, we go on spline, we make a line, just like this. There we go. And then we come here and we're gonna use a modifier called lathe. There you go. Now this modifier, basically what it does, it grabs the line and spins it in 360 degrees in different angles you want to choose. I'm just showing you the options you have. For each angle you have the position of alignment. There you go, I'm just showing you here what this modifier does, because I haven't shown you this modifier before. You can make some various shapes with this by using the lines. There you go. Now we have the glass there by putting the max align. There you go. Direction I and align max, and you get this glass kind of effect. Now we have a very ugly cape there. So I just drag them and I put them inside. I put more segments, I put 10 segments there. I'm just playing because the center of it, it's like you have to open the center of it, and to do that we need to, because this way it's like all the dots in the center are not how can I say connected. They are individual, and that's a waste for segments and things like that. So the way to do this, we go here again. Go on the axis there, just press the plus on late, and we drag a little bit to the size, so we give like a little bit of thickness between the glass, because this way it gives you a more natural look and looks better. Now with a few tweaks that we're gonna do to our martini glass, and it's gonna look just great. You know, just a little bit to the side. There you go. Now we have like that glass on there. Get it off the exit mode. Now we put edit polygon vertex. We select all those vertex there, and we start tweaking a little bit around here. As I'm showing you here, just by selecting those vertex, you can tweak everything in this class. Here we're playing with the scale. I just select the vertex and then I zoom in to make it more small. There you go. I just loop there. Let's scale again. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, just select vertex, all the vertex on the top, and bang. You know, now by small touching those details, we slowly start getting our martini glass. And it's not that hard to make actually a glass, as you can see. Now we had some shell to it, you know, because it didn't have any thickness on it, so it looks way much better. Oh, just playing with some tweaking. Yeah, you cannot change the segments now after you do the poly and the shell. So if you wanted to add more segments, you had to delete the shell and the poly and do it again. Oh, just doing some tweaking again. I make it like oval shape. There we go. Now it gets a round shape now that we were looking for. Alright. Now we're just looking at our glass. Now we're gonna add like, you know, some effects. For example, like how you call it, martini umbrella thing? The umbrella, yeah, I think it's called umbrella. Now that's easy ways of doing this. What I did this way, I just delete those out. And you could just do this by just copying the glass there, deleting the base and the tunnel. But I just come on light just so you guys use light again, and I just turned it to the different angle. And there you go, we have our umbrella now. We cap there, go on border cap there. We add the shell. We add a little bit of thickness. Then here I had another edit poly. I delete those things over there. There you go, we have our umbrella now. Now we just grab the face inside of there. Then we just simply extrude it out. There you go. We have our pretty martini hat. There you go. Now we're gonna make it look more nice by adding a simple FFD modifier. You don't need that much, just open a little bit the umbrella. You know, as you can see, FFD is useful for a lot of things. There you go, just opening the umbrella. Make it a little bit more thinner. They have like this wave effect now. Kinda look cool, I like it. Now we're just gonna position, because now the umbrella is the size of the glass itself, so we just scale it. As you can see, I pressed the second poly. I pressed before the FFD modifier. That's why you're not seeing now the curvy wave and the curvy effect we put with FFD. That's why you can see it, because I have edit poly selected. That was, but you fix it later. Just for the positioning now, we're gonna be using like this. There you go. Just put it like there. Just tweak until you have the result you're looking for. Now let's make the FFD back alive again. We have the face selected here. We have to just select the face, and there you go. Now we have the umbrella we created before. It's looking nice, I like it. Now we can add like so you can put like some water effect in there. Some water texture effect in there. So after I finish tweaking the hat, the umbrella, I'm very picky. I take ages just to finish something. Oh well. Even if it just for the tutorial, I'm here picking and picking, tweaking and tweaking. That's what we do anyway. There you go. Now I just select like the base here in this poly, and I simply shift drag it, and I put it like inside. And remember, do not overlap the mesh. So like pull it up until it's not touching, it's not going like outside of the other mesh. This is just a fast way to do it. There you go. Oh well, we want some extra segments there, but it should be fine. Yeah, see, I'm checking here with, I press F3 and I'm checking if I'm not overlapping the outside one. So when you look outside the glass, you don't see like the interior of the water. So we just press border, we cap the hole. There you go. You could make that glass over there wavy with the wave modifier that I teach you. You could make a different type of effect on that effect. I just simply made it like that, just because I'm just showing. And when I did this, I didn't actually remember the wave modifier. I didn't remember to do those trickies. But remember that they are there. Don't forget that you can tweak everything and make everything look different with modifiers that you show you before. Alright. So I just keep tweaking a little bit it so it's like inside the water. There you go. Looking pretty. I like my martini glass. We have the magazines, the martini glass. You could put a bottle there. I'll just play with your creativity. For now, we're just gonna work with that. The couch is looking nice. I like it. There you go. So now we're gonna make like I have no idea how to say, like a blanket. I think it's blanket in it. A blanket like down here. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a very simple blanket with low segments. Basically, we start with the plane. Make like a plane over here. Now we go on add some segments. So we have some work. I'm gonna use 4, 4, 4. So I don't, because it's a blanket and we need some options to work with. Now I just loop there, I go on edge, I need poly loop that line over there. But yeah, just go on vertex, select the last ones. Just work with vertex over here. You don't need to do this on this side, I was just showing you could do like different type. Instead of just copying the other side, you could make different shit on both sides, but just select here. Yeah, so now just chamfer those edges there. To time, just remember to not overlap. You see, it was dark, the mesh, it means it was overlapping. Oh, it's a glitch happened here, so just Control Z everything out. So I just did Control Z and fix it. See, like right there is glitching because it's so dark. Okay, there you go. Apply, and then the second one. There you go. So we have like this curve effect. Now we go back on vertex here. And we start chamfering those vertex down here. The lines don't need to be looking perfect aligned. What matters is the result you're doing. Remember that, because when you are, the work is on the end view, you're not going to see the lines, or when it's texture, you're not going to see the lines. It's just for now to work. So now I just start, making some small tweakings, like bending a little bit down there. And this is a very fast way to make a blanket, and it's very low poly and low segment. Oh, I forgot the vertex there. There you go. Look how simply, how nice it's starting to look, and it's just very simple process with just a plane. There you go. Not much to say in here, just then I chamfer another more of those down there. As you can see, it's starting to look ugly, but I want a little bit more round over here, so I need more vertex to work out. So I just chamfer that edge, and I start working, tweaking a little bit more. This part, just tweak until you're happy with the result, and I chamfer the corners now to give like that round shape effect there. There you go. Starting to look pretty. You could select both vertex and chamfer them at the same time, but oh, there you go. Just tweak a little bit, like to give that curvy effect. Need to be perfect. I chamfer a little bit more there. Just tweak until you're happy. Just move around with in the perspective. You can even do this in the perspective of moving around and seeing how wavy it looks. As you can see, the basic tools that I teach on the other video, you keep just using them and using them all the time in your work, especially for furniture. It's the same process over and over again, just different results, depending on the idea you have. That's why we start by grabbing that couch and making a reference image of it, so we have something to work with. And remember, always save your work all the time. I didn't save here any time, but you should always keep saving your work every time you do something. Even if 3D Max has the auto backup, it's always nice we have our work saved, so if we crash or something happens, we don't have to do it again. So I just chamfer those edges there to give like a more round kind of effect. I didn't have to, but it looks better that way. I'm just gonna fix now again down here. Go. It was overlapping a little bit. There you go. Now it's too pointy. Just drag it in. Yeah. We have our blanket there. Now what we're gonna do is just copy the same thing to the other side. Just select that face of the other side. Now we're gonna use mirror, that option over there. Basically mirrors the object like the name says. Well, here it was too big, I think, yeah. And I didn't want to have work, so I just deleted it and I just put more short there and just now mirror the element in this poly so it stays in the same element. There you go. Remember, I did the mirror when I was inside, it did poly, so I select element, I select the other side, and I mirror it as a copy. You have to attach the other side, or you go on element and you press that option there, says attach, and bang. They have different colors because they're different. There you go. Now, yeah, we have to flip the normals. What flip does is, because we were watching the back of the material, when you put the texture, it was not going to show. So what I did there to make the color back, I just select all of it and I flip. So the normals are back on. The normals is like the main face where people apply the faces. And then I use the edge and I bridge. Like I show you in the basic, you can bridge by selecting I edge, I press bridge, and then I click a drag. There you go. Now I'm just gonna give a little bit shape here, like a small curve, a bending, let's say like that. And here, not too much because it's gonna be inside of the couch. There you go. Just a small bending. And there we go. We have our blanket and it's looking pretty awesome. Just fixing the pillow. Here it looks like the blanket is a little bit glitching inside, but just drag it a little bit more out and it should be fine. No, it's not. It looks nice. Okay. Yeah, it's glitching a little bit, so just drag it a little bit up. And there we go. We finished the first part of this tutorial for now. I'll be showing you guys the next part after I finish it, of course. I did this video before I did all the rest of one, so it's normal some things doesn't match, but it's alright. I tried to explain the better I could. Any doubts, any questions, just please send them to me. I hope you guys enjoying. Basically what I did here is I'm just putting a random material so everything looks one color, so you guys can see the final result. Join the MView group, join my Facebook, add me, you know, all those kind of stuff, and I guess that's it. I'm just going to be finishing here applying this material, and look how nice this couch is starting to look. On the second part I'm going to I'm going to finish all the design of it. I'm going to add some more extra things to it, and then after that I'm going to teach the UAV mapping, how to make it ready to export and those kind of stuff, and talk a little bit more about material tab, everything we need to know there. Well guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the tutorials, and remember, join the MV group, talk with everyone, introduce yourself, don't be shy, add me on MView, go on my MView room, I'm always around there. That's it. I see you guys next time.